All right, so we're here with Disventure Camp, and now it's Richard's exit interview. And as I was checking this, I saw that now we're jumping in. The next episode is the two losers that are gonna get their second chance to becoming players again in season 4. But before that, we gotta see what Richard had to say, and we might get the chance that he could be in the game again, along with Benji, along with Tristan, along with all the other characters that we have known and seen throughout this whole season. So let's see what Richard has got to say in this interview.
Welcome back, lovely viewers, to another insightful installment of Behind the Chaos. I need no introductions, but with me today is the coach with a heart of gold and 2 less strands of hair, Richard.
Oh, hey there, Emily. I gotta say, the fact that you're interviewing me despite fighting a cold is mighty impressive. But don't push yourself too hard there, eh, bud?
Oh, so
Richard.
the voice
very kind
actor
of
was
you to
suffering a
say.
cold?
But
Damn.
enough about me. Let's talk about the show.
Right. I'm an open book. What do you want to know?
Let's see. How about that elimination? I mean, did you ever think you'd be considered a threat?
Well, it wouldn't be weird of me to say sort of, would it? I knew that coming into the game, I was going to have to prove myself one way or another.
True.
I'm in my 60s, for Pete's sake.
That's
But
crazy.
Luckily for me, my muscle memory helped in more ways than one.
Which I will say this, he was a threat, because when we had like those moments where like he was very qualified, like making the basketball shots, like he actually went beyond that and showed the skills of him as a coach, and just him progressing as a character, along with giving advice to the other teammates that he has made relationships with, and just being an amazing character, like growing to the point that he got voted out, which sucks, but still he respected how it went. He knows that treachery was gonna happen between the inside with people that he has made friendships with. We've already seen it. Has forgiven to the point where got voted out because it happened again, the treachery, but still respected it because it's a game. He knows now how it is, and if he gets a second chance, he's going to be ready for it. And we'll see just how much of a character they develop if they get the second chance again, because we saw it when they had that outside episode, that they started growing and accepting that, yeah, we lost, but I want to get the chance to do it again because I have seen my errors. And that's what I love about it, that the losers are realizing the mistakes that they have made, and they want to try again and actually do better. So it's anyone's guess what's gonna be the one that gets the second chance.
Funny how you, Linda, and Ted became a ragtag bunch that bonded over the most mundane of things. Like being old. You know, only after you let Linda get targeted in the hunting challenge, of course.
At the time, it
Oh,
felt
yeah.
like the right thing to do. In my youth, I put up with too much ignorance and hate. Sure, I may have jumped the gun a bit, but you mess with the moose, you get the antlers.
Funny.
Thankfully, Ted was there to rein me back in.
Who would have thought you and Linda eventually became not only good allies, but also good friends? You even invited her to come out and visit your family after the show.
Hey, Ted and Barbara are also welcome to join, but when it comes to Lynn, I saw the effort she was putting in. She's far from the frail housewife others may see her as.
True.
Not to mention, I'd love to have her Chilean sea bass.
Speaking of frailness,
Let's
I'll
see.
be the first to admit I wasn't all too impressed with your retired coach stick. But for an old-timer, you're surprisingly resilient.
Yeah, see?
Well, when it
that
comes
he has
to
skills.
the planning part of these games, I knew I was a step behind some of these other kids. But there's, other ways to contribute. I have my
Like being a
body,
coach.
They have the brains.
Understatement of the year. I thought you'd break a hip pulling the stunts you did at your geriatric age. Dunking basketballs, demolishing a dodgeball, and deep sea diving to name a few.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm impressed.
I'll take it. You know, in my heyday, I was called Rockin' Rich. Because the
Rockin'
moment I
Rich.
stepped onto the court, the opposing team was about to get rocked.
Fascinating.
Nice.
So, getting eliminated didn't bother you that much?
No.
I'd be a pretty crappy coach if I was a sore loser, wouldn't I? Besides, the toughest part was saying goodbye to Natalia and Logan.
Yeah.
Those two, I love them like my own, but cheese and crackers did I feel my hair thinning with some of their decisions.
Aww.
Natalia and Logan are more indecisive than me trying to pick out a new set of nails.
Huh.
And yet you stuck by them. Well, most of the time. You weren't exactly above grudges when it came to Natalia.
You're
Yeah.
right. Maybe I was too harsh on her. I know her position wasn't always a breeze, but in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking all too clearly.
Mm-hmm.
She really does wear her heart on her sleeve. Nicole would adore her.
Do you think Natalia has what it takes to win the season?
Talk about a hard-hitting question, but I'm afraid not. Of course, I'd love her to win, but as a
But-
coach, I can tell when a player is hesitant to make moves, their own moves.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. Like, seeing, like, how he gave his thoughts. He sees Logan and Natalia like his own kids. It shows how much of a bond that happened. Like I said, the rockiness that happened with Natalia and Richard, the betrayal to the point that Richard was pissed. And it got to the point where he rekindled that with Natalia once Natalia was able to, like, make up for it. And like I said, that bond that happened, like, he understood, like, how this game was gonna be, and he brushed everything that was like, oh, like, I'm getting voted out by my friends, so I gotta be pissed off. Like, no, like, he saw that how it is now, and he was able to keep that friendship and that bond to the point that he sees them as his own, which is so special. And yeah, I do agree with the whole stance that Richard is putting with Natalia, because, like, she also is in a position where she could get taken out because Anastasia is mad with her over, oh, like, let's vote out Richard. Why are you voting out Richard? It's like, because of this. It's like, damn. It's like, now my moves are all over the place, and now I could get voted out. So it's crazy that Natalia is now in the deep end, with Logan being the only help, because everyone is now going to start gunning for Natalia, both Mr. Harry Potter and Anastasia right now. And who knows, maybe Jade and Isabel. We don't know how it's going to play out. But hopefully, like I said, Richard joins in and helps out. Or anyone that Natalia has made good friends with helps out. So let's see.
And that hesitation can be the difference between making the winning shot or airballing.
Ooh, talk about tough love. So, Coach, out of who's left, who do you think has what it takes to win?
Well, if I had to consider it, I'd say Logan, Anastasia, and Isabel.
Yeah.
They have what it takes to boil the syrup, so to speak.
Logan, eh? Don't you think you're being a little biased?
Nah.
This far in the game, girl, please. Of course, I'm partial to some more than others, but really, Logan, through his many missteps, has the grit and drive needed to really, on fleek. Is that how the kiddos put it today?
You sure it doesn't have anything to do with you two bonding for the majority of the season? Paired with Logan confiding in you at his most vulnerable?
Butter tarts.
Butter tarts.
Oh, listen, every coach has his favorite. How could I not? At
But-
that moment, I was looking at the younger version of me. Looking for guidance from someone older than him. I never had that opportunity at that age, and the moment I could give Logan that support, I took it. Besides, that kid really does have what it takes, as long as he keeps his head in the game.
Yeah,
Which is now. It's happening now, Richard. So, the crazy part about that is that since he lost Richard, Logan has been crashing out. Like, the whole point. But, dude, like, he's like, I gotta get in the game now. I lost Richard. I might lose Natalia in this. So now I gotta like do my best to actually push forward. It's the same thing with Isabel. She is showing the cracks of just how evil she can be. And then Anastasia with losing Marissa, but still is being manipulative and finding ways to at least tread into the finale. All of those three that Richard has chosen, they all have qualities to be coming in the finale. But now Logan has a chance to become more of the finale person because of that drive that now he has since he lost Richard. So we'll see. We will see who exactly has what it takes. Could be them, could be two of the losers. No one knows.
I'm sure the audience could agree to that. So that leaves Anastasia and Isabel as your other picks.
Darn right. Anastasia, she may tag my head on the mantle for saying this, but her and Lynn truly are similar. They're resilient, determined, and fierce. Though that temper of hers may cost her further down the line.
Yep.
Playing hard puck can get ugly.
Amen to that. Speaking of religious phrasing, let's talk Isabel. How did you feel about her plays this season?
Mighty impressive. It'd be foolish of the others to underestimate her. In fact, she may be one of the more dangerous players down the line.
Yes.
Her and Jade make for one dynamic duo.
Jade.
True.
For the first challenge emerge, you tried your hardest to connect with her. Even cracking a few Nemo jokes to Jade's detestment.
I like to think things were going swimmingly.
Ha.
Until what happened with Logan.
Yeah. Knowing Logan is okay and only slightly traumatized. How do you feel about Jade?
Jeez.
Being the only one out of the know during such an intense situation seemed intense.
It was! Seeing Logan unconscious, knowing that the production team didn't have a medic on staff, I would have given him CPR myself if Spencer wasn't already doing it. But I don't hold ill will towards Jade.
It is crazy how we only have like 3 people working in production. But OSHA violations aside.
Oh God.
Really? Because you seem pretty peeved the next episode.
Because I was peeved. I would have appreciated if she told me what was going on at the time.
True.
But I know that Jade didn't want Logan hurt, and thank the stars he's okay. I just wish that whole situation never happened to begin with. How did he even run out of oxygen that fast?
Ask the producers, not me.
Oh
But
God.
my hypothesis is that Shark Boy was a little overeager to show off his aquatic skills and used up more air than if you were swimming like a normal person. Well, the hyperventilating also didn't help.
Yeah.
Point is, I don't think Jade is a bad person. Just made a poor decision. Only time will tell if her decision has repercussions on
Which we will see
and off the
later
playing
on.
field.
Cryptic. I love it. But since we're nearing our end time, one last question. If given the choice, who else would you like to have worked with?
You know, I think if I was on the red team, I could have made Hannah and Jade star players.
Is that so?
All right.
Hannah seems like she has her head on her shoulders, and while she's still wet behind the ears, she's a real go-getter. There's
Yeah.
nothing I love seeing more than a player who's willing to keep trying even if inexperienced.
All right, Hannah makes
Another
sense.
person that
But
is
Jade, on the other
strong.
hand,
She's no bench warmer. It is called brawn and brain for a reason. Jade could benefit from being more of a team player, and I don't mean in terms of pulling her weight.
We could see it later.
She needs to open up or whatever. Tell it to her, not me.
Yeesh. Sometimes you need to let your players experience the game themselves.
Okay, any more pep talk and my brain is going to explode. So with that, join me next time on Behind the Chaos as I dish out the dirt on our next loser. And get over this cold or whatever.
Oh, that's right, the cold that she has. Well, what an amazing interview, and it shows just how much he had fun, and also like who he thinks could be potential winners. But what he doesn't know is that he could get a second chance at winning, another chance to join in back in the game. But there's so many characters out there that just I just feel like they could get those opportunities, but we just don't know. We just don't know who could be the ones that win. It's anyone's guess. But nonetheless, when that episode happens, we'll see who are those two winners and when they're going to be placed in the game. And we shall see how this game is going to end with them. Damn, that's crazy. But still, I love the interview that they had with Richard. Really sucks that he got voted out, but at least he accepted it with pride. That's the game, and hoping the best for everyone else that is still in the game that he has made friendships with. Amazing. Can't wait for which one of the losers wins. Amazing.